Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anaislaure. If you don't know me, here I like to talk about literature, books, reading, writing, all things in the English realm. Some quick updates. I just moved back into college, so like 2 days ago. So I'm still trying to decorate my room and everything, but I'm really excited to show you guys once I'm done because I have a vision. Yeah, and things are getting a little hectic with schoolwork and my internship and trying to keep up with just everything in life. So if things fall behind a little with this channel, please bear with me, please. But I'm always here to chat if you guys ever want to talk about anything. Also, thank you for 1K. Hello, that's insane. That's actually the first time I'm saying it out loud. Thank you. I think it's just really cool that we're creating our own little world over here. As people say, my own little corner of the internet where I can just talk about the things I love. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, genuinely. So yeah, today we have an esoteric autumn reading list. I've tried to pick books that give a bit of a fall vibe. I mean, just books that have the type of vibe where you just want to sit inside, drink some chai tea, be curled up in your bed and read the book. That's what the reading list is giving. I have 10 books for you that I definitely plan on reading in the season of autumn. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to share those books I plan to read. What do we want to start off with? We'll do The Nice Bloke by Catherine Cookson. This is a book about, I don't know, something really random. I actually found this in one of those, those little boxes that they have outside with the books in them. And it's like free library, take one, leave one. I didn't have one on me, so I couldn't leave one, but I did take. Sorry. I feel like that's a literary crime or something. Anyways, the blurb is, if only Harry Blenheim, the nice bloke whom everyone respected, hadn't yielded to the vivacious Betty Ray after the Christmas party at his office, the subsequent events which split his family and ruined his career might never have taken place. So reasoned Harry. But the roots of the problem lay much deeper, in his rapidly cooling marriage and his hatred of his unscrupulous father-in-law. I think this is interesting, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Just the breakdown of a marriage, a family, and the problems within that were already there before the affair. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Ooh, and on the cover, it all began at the office party. But did it really? Yeah, I think this will be interesting. It's an older one too, and it's a little cute secondhand book. Why do I keep doing that? Oh my god. It smells amazing. Wow, that smells great. And it has those rusted kind of pages, you know what I mean? Then we have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This book is very popular. People love it. It's about a man who sells his soul for eternal youth and beauty. I have no clue what it's about beyond that, but I know it's really good. I know people love it, and people love Oscar Wilde and his writing. So I'm excited for it. The cover is nice. My dad gave this one to me, actually. He picked it from his library and just dropped it off at my door. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. That's really sweet. That's a classic. So I actually used to say I don't like classics because I don't like old things. I don't like watching old movies. But I think I've changed. Now I love classics. They're my favorite genre now, which is insane. I never thought I would have said that. So how many of these are classics, actually? 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of them are classics. That's not even surprising to me anymore, honestly. We'll do another Oscar Wilde. Ooh, I just ripped it. It's already really beat up. This is De Profundis, Unabridged. It's letters or just a whole letter, I don't know, but of Oscar Wilde's letters to his gay lover. He was in a gay relationship with, I think his name was Lord Alfred Douglas, and he wrote these letters while he was in prison for being in that gay relationship, which is There's nothing more romantic than that, in my humble opinion. I've heard that this is amazing, and I just love, love, love reading queer literature. Just the agony and desire, desperation, the shame that just comes with queer literature is just, no one can touch it. Like, I don't care. Heteronormative, heterosexual relationships in literature will never amount. Never. I'm excited to read this, and it's unabridged. Speaking of unabridged, the Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. I can't really tell you why I picked this one for autumn, but I am excited to read it. I've heard really good things about it, and that she really encapsulates the struggle of mental health and mental illnesses and battling with that for one's entire life. I also picked this up at a secondhand bookstore. I haven't read any of Sylvia Plath's literature, and I do not really plan on getting to it anytime soon. Just not really interested in it, but I've heard she's good. I just know she's very racist, so I don't, I'm just not really into that. The next one on my list is Verity by No, I'm playing. That's a complete joke. I bought this book like a year or two ago, and I tried to read like the first chapter. Oh, I left my bookmark in here. Yeah, I only got to page like 55. It's really bad. Like, her writing is actually really poor. Don't even get me started about It Ends With Us. I saw the movie. I'm traumatized, like, actually. I don't know who even let that be in theaters, but whatever. Anyways, to cleanse my palate of Colleen, we're going to talk about Jazz by Toni Morrison. I've only read one book of Toni Morrison's, and it was amazing. It was Sula. So I'm very excited to read this. So it starts off with a really peculiar premise. So Joe Trace is a married man and a door-to-door salesman, and randomly, we don't know why, but he shoots his teenage lover of 3 months, and then there's a funeral for her, and his wife attacks her corpse. What? The mind of Toni Morrison. No one can think of this shit other than Toni Morrison. Like, it's just only Toni Morrison would think of something like that. Only her. And it just deals with the hopes and fears and realities of Black urban life. Really interesting. I picked this up because I got it in Luxembourg, and I saw the cover, and I was just like, oh my god, that's beautiful. Like, let's give it our appreciation for a second. Yeah, that's really pretty. And she's just gorgeous. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up though. I think it might be my next read. I'm currently reading Just Kids, which I am loving so much. Just Kids by Patti Smith. And it just talks about her life coming up in New York as a artist and how she got from point A to point B. Came from absolutely nothing and built herself up to be a renowned writer, poetess, musician, singer. So yeah, being a creative that is trying to also do something similar, just make something out of myself with my work and the things I'm passionate about. It's a really nice read, so I would definitely recommend it. Everyone recommends it. It's really good. It's worth the hype. So next is Orlando by Virginia Woolf. This is inspired by Virginia's lover, Vita Sackville West. I actually read the love letters between Virginia and Vita, which blew me away. I was like gay panicking the whole time. There was so much emotion and love and jealousy and desperation. Again, queer literature, like, you cannot miss. It's inspired by Vita, and it is about a person who can transform from a lord to a lady. So they are very gender fluid, and I really like that. I like the idea of gender fluidity, fluid sexuality, the ambiguity of gender, and how there sometimes isn't a clear line. Sometimes that line can be blurred. Sometimes we can go over that line and switch between it. So I like that concept a lot, and yeah, I really appreciate it. I appreciate good queer literature, especially classics, because it's like, how are y'all having the balls to write about that back then? Could never be me back then. Thank you for paving the way. Another one is A Room of One's Own. Also, I apologize for this candle. I know it's going crazy. I don't know what to do about that. I mean, it's not doing it right now because it wants to front, but anyways, yeah, my apologies. That must be really distracting. I'm gonna hate myself while editing this. It's okay. So, A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. I got this book in, you'll never guess where. If you saw my other video that I posted about it, you will. But I feel so special. Shakespeare and Company in Paris. Yeah, really cool. Anyways, not to brag. This is I don't know if it's a like critique. I wouldn't say critique, but it is a feminist reading. I think that's what people say about the creativity of a woman and how she needs a room of her own, whether that's mentally or physically. Just a place to be able to hone in on her creativity and create her own world, and how that's very important and how women need that just as much as men do. As a creative woman, I think this would be really nice to read. And I do love feminist literature. I do tend to gravitate more towards Black feminist literature because white feminist literature doesn't really say much for us, people like me. But it's Virginia Woolf, so I'm going to read it anyways. And I think it will be very, I don't know if insightful is the word, but like a good read. The next one is Dating Silky Maxwell by T.J. Butler. It's like a collection of stories. The blur was very interesting. In Dating Silky Maxwell, a facial scar alters a former sex worker's identity, a social media influencer leads a double life, and a mysterious fortune-telling stranger makes promises for a price. And then it just goes on to say like a bunch of other stuff. The blurb kind of got me, but not really. It was mainly the cover, which is like beautiful. And this book only has like maybe 4 ratings on Goodreads, probably from the author's closest friends, it seemed. But I saw this at a bookstore and it was like outside, and I was like, why not? If it's a good read, I'm gonna be blown away because like I got it off chance. Jeez, it's hot. Okay, we'll see if that's good. The cover is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Second to last one is White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is a very short story about a man who is just struggling and battling with restlessness within himself, and it's a story about unrequited love. I'm literally just reading off of the blurb. I don't really know too much about this, even though I did start reading it a while ago, but I was in a place where I couldn't like really focus on it because the dialogue, like there were chunks of dialogue. Is this a whole chunk of don't be for real? These 2 pages are like literally the narrator's like monologue, just speaking, just going on, and like I have to be able to like be completely focused on it, nothing around me making any noise to digest that. I'm excited to read it though. No, I'm not, but I'm going to because it's a very short read and it's a classic and people say it's good, and it looks very esoterically autumn, the cover. So yeah, we'll see what that's about. No clue. And then the last read that I have for autumn is Binocular Vision by Edith Pearlman. This is another collection of short stories. Actually, I don't know if I'd say short stories, but it's a collection of short stories, yes. The blurb is what really got me. The cover is gorgeous, but the blurb is what really got me. Let me read like the last bit of blurb to you. No matter the situation in which her characters find themselves, Edith's characters, an unforeseen love affair between adolescent cousins. Hello? Hello? A lifetime of memories unearthed by an elderly couple's decision to shoplift. Okay. The deathbed secret of a young girl's forbidden forced tryst with Tsar. The danger that befalls a wealthy couple's child in a European inn of misfits. Edith Pearlman conveys their experience with wit and aplomb, with relentless but clear-eyed optimism, and with a supple prose that reminds us, sentence by sentence, page by page, of the gifts our greatest verbal innovators can bestow. That's a blurb if I've ever seen one. That's Binocular Vision. I picked this up at a secondhand bookstore, and I'm just like, let me give this a chance. So we'll see how good it is. That was my esoteric autumn TBR list. I hope you enjoyed the video. What else? Is there anything else I want to talk about? I always ask myself this in videos. I think that was it. Yeah, thank you again for 1K. That's like insane. I'm really grateful. Wish me luck for the semester because I want to be mentally sane and continue to create and put my creativity first before anything. But like in this capitalistic society where success is measured in numbers, that's not always viable. So just wish me luck. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in my next one.